first thing that happened was in college as an undergraduate, I went to Eastern Michigan University. I started reading about the faith. I'd kind of drifted away from the Protestantism I was raised in. I mean, not totally, but I was not as enthusiastic as I could be. And so I started getting reacquainted with it. And as I learned more, I learned and really discovered the Catholic faith and decided that if the Bible was the Word of God, and the Bible comes really from the church, then the church has to be divinely instituted, has to come from God too. And so that's when I made the decision to join the Catholic Church. And so I joined the Catholic Church. And from there, I would go on to make friends, Catholic friends who were more devout than me. I knew some people went to daily Mass, but I didn't know young people did. And these people were. They were going to Mass every day. And so I started going with them. And they went to Eucharistic adoration. And so I went with them. And I found that my faith was deepening as I went along. And it was fulfilling. And it reminded me of after I had graduated undergraduate, I actually went to India and I stayed with some nuns. I stayed in a convent. And they were so joyful and peaceful, and they were working with students and poor people, and they barely ate anything. They did not have a lot of food. They were Salesians, by the way. And they were nonetheless very, very happy, very joyful, very much at peace. And I found as I deepened my faith, I didn't quite get to their level, but I felt that peace too, a little bit, a little taste of it. And so when I was getting ready to graduate, I had to decide, what am I going to do with my life? I was studying philosophy at the time, which was a little dry, and I decided, well, I didn't really decide, it kind of impressed itself on me. The idea of the priesthood just kept coming back, and coming back and coming back. And I had this kind of journey where my faith was growing. And so I thought, wow, I've got to think about this. I got to consider it. So I talked to a priest, and he told me, work with the poor. So I got involved with St. Vincent de Paul, and go to Eucharistic adoration. So I started doing that even more frequently. And eventually I thought, I've got to go to the seminary because I don't know what more I can do on the outside. My faith is growing. I feel closer to Jesus, and this is the main thing. I'm feeling closer to Christ. And so I go to seminary. And even at seminary, what people don't know is you don't actually know you're going to be ordained. Most people go to seminary, don't get ordained. So it wasn't until after my third year in seminary, part of the program is we go to the Holy Land in Jerusalem, then we go to Rome, and then we do a 30-day Ignatian silent retreat right after. And so I did that. I walked where Jesus walked. I saw where he did his miracles, saw all the sights of the Holy Land. I went to Rome, saw some of the churches, and then prayed for 30 days. Now, it was as close to Jesus as I've ever been, and I liked it. I was at peace. I was perfectly happy. And I realized that what I needed to do with the rest of my life was whatever would draw me that close to Jesus, or as close as I could get to that spot. And the priesthood was it. And that's how I kind of knew I was called.